Hi, it's Marcia. I want to show you how to make this be my Valentine pocket. So grab your score tape, grab your scoreboard, grab a bone folder, grab a push pin, grab a 3/4 inch paper punch, grab 3 pieces of 6 by 6 paper, and we'll get started. I'm watching to make sure that this is going to record. This Be My Valentine, I used my Lawn Fawn die to create this front. And I just put glue on the back of it, put it on a piece of white paper, and just fussy cut it out. But you could make these little pocket cards in birthday, Halloween, graduation, just thinking of you. The very first one I did was this one, and the inside pocket was 2.5 by 3.5, and both pockets were even. And I did this little tag punch right there so that it was easy to get in and out. And you can see that they're just both even there. The second one I did so that they were staggered up and back. And I want to show you how to do that and how to make the cover. So get your paper and let's make sure this keeps recording, and let's make us a pocket. So the very first thing you need to do is take your, I tried recording, this is like recording number 3, so I have lots of things made, but it didn't record, so I'll put those together later. So don't know what the issue was. I want to use the red for my outside, so, and I want it to go this way on the inside. So I'm going to put my paper like this, and I'm going to score at 3/4, and then I'm going to score at 4.5, 4.5 and 3/4, and 4 3/4. I'm a much better scorer when I'm standing up. So I'm doing this a couple of times because sitting down I don't score as well. So this is my paper. So you've got your 6 by 6 paper. The first one is 3/4 inch score. The second one is 4.5, and the third one is 4 3/4. Then, because paper does split on score marks, flip it over and do that one more time. This helps it not to split as much if you score it from both sides of the paper. So 3/4, then up here at 4.5, and then here at 4 3/4. And now you're going to take and fold your paper on both those score lines. And then you're going to score it up from the bottom. And use your bone folder. That looks a little wobbly. Don't know why, but I think it'll work. Okay, so there's the outside of your, for your pockets. So then you take your 6 by 6 papers. I have 2 that I want to make the pockets with, and you're going to take and put those and score them at 3/8 inch. So down it comes, 3/8 inch. Flip it over from the other side and do 3/8. I know 3/8 is an odd number, but it works out perfect for these little pockets. Now this wasn't an original idea. I got it from my friend Katie, who showed me how to do this. So I'm sharing it with you. So now I have folded that over. I'm going to take my 1/4 inch score tape and I'm going to tape it along that edge. That's all the scoring you have to do. for this. The rest is all about folding. So now we're going to take this folded edge, butt it right up to the top of our scoreboard. It's got a nice little edge so it won't move. And we're going to fold this over, fold it right down into that crease. Once we fold it into that crease, we're just going to fold it down here at the bottom. We'll take and score that. And then we can just flip it up and release our score tape. Leave that down here, and then just fold this right on top of that score tape. And that is the base for our pocket. Now, if you want a staggered pocket, like I did in this set right here, I've got 4 of these going. So it's shorter down here and higher up here. Then, and here's another one. That one's shorter, higher. They're both different heights. This one is both the same. Depending on what you want your pocket to look like, then if you want it to be, you'd hold up the top of your scoreboard and you just fold it right over if you wanted it to just be even. And that's great. You can do that. But if you want them to be staggered, then just fold it down, and you determine how far down you want it. And I'm going to do mine about like that. Now, it's a lot of thick paper there, so you just kind of have to fold it down and bend it as you go to keep it, to get it folded and not have it move. Because you've got 4 layers of paper you're trying to fold right there at the bottom. But that looks pretty good. So now we've got our base, and now we have one pocket. But we don't have our little punched holes in that pocket. So take your 3/4 inch punch, and I just eyeball it, put my punch in between these 2 sheets, and eyeball that again and punch me out a thumb hole. I think there's a proper name for that, but it escapes me tonight. And go ahead and do one eyeball it on the back, and then you see that pretty paper through there, and that makes it nice because, whoops, sorry, I hit the camera. Now I better make sure we're back on screen. Sorry about that. Okay, so now you could have 5 pockets instead of just the 2 that we see by however you put the tape on. So you could put tape on this side and this side, put it down, and that would create a pocket there. You could put tape on this side and this side, and that would create a pocket before you put it in, when you put it in to your packet. And then before you put that up there, you'd put tape here and here and create a 5th pocket. Tonight, I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to do my tape just right down the center. I'm not going to make those extra pockets. I don't have enough things to put in them, but if I spent more time, I could find lots of things to put in them. So, but these are going to go out in the next week, so we'll just do it this way. So now there's those 2 pockets, and then I'll put another piece of tape back here. Use your scissors or your hands to tear that score tape. And there's a pocket to go right in there. But now I want to finish my other pocket before I attach them inside. So this one, limited amount of space here. Sorry. I'll do 3/8 of an inch down this side. Do it again. If you have a pattern that doesn't work either way, mine does, it won't be the different. You'd want to be aware of how your pattern was as you score this. And in order to keep it from cracking, I do 3/8 of an inch on this other side as well. And then I just fold it over on that score line. Take and put my score tape right down here on this edge. And then using my scoreboard and that little ledge up there, there's my tape on top. I take this paper and fold it over so it goes right in there. And then I just fold it down and use my bone folder. And then I just pick it up and I peel off my score tape. And that's where I hit that other, as I hit my camera as I went to the garbage. And then just fold it right on top, and it's perfect to edge. And that's the beginning of my pocket. Now, I want to try and match that up so it's the same size as this one where I did the fold. So I'm going to do a little bending of my own right there before I do that to try and make it easier to fold that over. Maybe better run it back this way. I can see that this is where that's going to have to fold. And if I match it up at the bottom, so those two are the same, that's a better idea than trying to match it up at the top. Just match it up at the bottom. And then just press down. And there you've got it. Take your bone folder. Every time you make one of these, you learn something new. And then want to take and make my little openings. So I'll eyeball it and try and get them in the center. And then do it on that second layer as well. Just eyeballing it. Pretty good for an eyeball. And so we're going to do the same thing with this pocket that we did with that pocket. So I'm going to take and put my tape on the inside. And just tear it, and then pull it off, and fold it together. So now that pocket is adhered to that pocket. Remember I said if you wanted to make another pocket, you just put it on these outer edges. And then we're going to just do the back one. Now we're not going to tear this off yet because we want to take our backing and we want to set both of these inside of here and make sure that they're going to line up, because we want a little bit of an edge over here, a little bit of an edge over here, and a little bit right in the middle so we can wrap that twine around there. And once I think that I've got them evenly spaced, then I'm going to take this one out and flip this one over and pull off the tape and put it back down. When you make these staggered like this, you have less room at the top before it can close over, so you just have to adjust whatever you put in there excuse me, to not go higher than that. Now we'll go ahead and put that one back in and take the tape off. And that one's going to fit right back in there nicely, just right down at the end. And now for the front tab, I'm going to take, and I do want this pocket, that third pocket right there. So I'm just going to cut some pieces of tape that will go right here. And put them on either side so that when I flip it up, I'll have that left as a pocket. Put it right there. Put this one right, whoops, right over here if it doesn't escape. Okay, now I'm just going to take all of these off. And just put that right up there. And there you have it. So now what we need to do is we need to make our closure. So if you'll see on this one, I used my same 3/4 inch punch to punch me out a circle. You can do it out of the same colored pattern paper. I chose to do mine white. I thought it worked out. I chose to use a tiny brad. And so I need to get out my brad. And let's see. I don't have any more pink ones in here. I have yellow and blue and purple. So I think maybe, do we like the purple one? Yeah, the purple's going to be okay. Purple will work. So there's my tiny brad. And then here's a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to center my punch on top of there. Punch out my circle. And then I like to use a push pin and find the center and then just push it through there. But be careful you don't get your hand when you do that. That makes it easier to put your brad in there. And then find the center here and do the same thing. Put that on there, take your brad and take your push pin and push it through, being careful not to poke yourself. And then just swirl that around to make that hole bigger so that you can go ahead and put your brad through that hole and through this hole. You got to get both the little edges in there, and then just bring it open and flip the fastener side down. Now if you wanted to, you could take and punch another hole and then just cover that right up, but I'm good with not doing that. So then you're ready for your thread. Now I didn't bring over another piece of twine, so I'm just going to pretend what I'm doing here to show you how I did this with the edge of one of the others. I just wrapped it around here. Get it all the way underneath there. Come around here, and then I just took and tied a knot so that it wouldn't come undone. And I didn't even put any glue. I just tied a knot there so that, and then it went right underneath here. I'm not going to really tie that because I've got to take it off. So, and then you just use your twine to wrap around this side, to wrap around this side, and then when you're done, you come back and just wrap it around there, and that makes your closure. But that piece of twine goes to that. Got to get me another one, and I did so many takes on this that I ran out of supplies over here on my desk. They're over on my counter. So then you decide whether you want this, depending on the colors you've chosen, what you want to do to finish it off. I used the Lawn Fawn's Be My Valentine, which was I cut out of glitter paper, and then I just put glue behind it and put it on a white piece of paper and fussy cut it out and glued it down here at the bottom. And then from the class that we had last year, the Love Notes class, I had a lot of leftover pieces, and I saved in my computer so I could print out more. So I took and fussy cut out and punched some hearts out and just used those to put in this little pocket at the front, because I'm just giving these away. And then I decided what else I wanted for my other pockets. So in this one was this cute little paper with a heart, and you fill my heart with joy, and put that in the pocket. That one was a tight fit. And then in this one I had another one that I used a 2x2 bag, and I punched out, well, I didn't punch, I die cut out lots of hearts and stars that my friends could use on other projects, and put them in this little pocket and added those here. And then I did a little saying, roses are red, hearts are too, happy Valentine's Day, this is just for you, and punched out a little tab and you can put that down in the pocket. You could include in your pockets money. You could include in your pockets a gift card. You could include in your pockets a stickers. This one, I did a little tag that just had X's and O's on it, and put one of those little hearts on top of it, and put that in there. And then I had some other little embellishments that I used and put in another little 2x2 pocket that she can open and take out and use those on things she's making, and put that in the pocket. And then I did this a little saying, enjoy the little things in life, and put a little tab punch on it and slip that in the pocket. And down it goes and over it. Got to make sure you measure that so that it will come up. And then you've got your little saying on the top. Put your twine, and you're all ready to go to give it as a gift. So you can use it for many occasions. I hope that's helpful. Remember, it's just 3 pieces of 6x6 paper, scored, taped, and put inside. If you wanted to, you could easily do just half of this as a pocket and do it smaller, so you'd have your 3x6 piece of paper and put your pocket inside, and just do one pocket and give it as a gift. You might fit a little piece of candy in there, like one of those Ghirardelli chocolates, or maybe a Laffy Taffy, or a fruit roll that could fold over and fit in there. Enjoy and have fun. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.